Which app has the best image background removal? PowerPoint, Canva, or Google Slides? Well, I don't know the answer. That's what we're going to find out together in this video. Hello, just in case you don't know me, I'm Dr. Echo Rivera, and this is my channel, More Than PowerPoint, where I help academics, researchers, and professionals create more engaging presentations as quickly as possible. And in my last video, I showed you how to use the PowerPoint background removal feature and gave some tips on how to make the most out of that feature. And it's just been on my mind, and I got to thinking, does Canva have this feature? Does Google Slides have this feature? And how does it compare to PowerPoint? So I've only used PowerPoint. I have not used Google Slides and Canva for this. So we're just going to kind of, I figured I would make sort of a laid back, unscripted video, and, we'll just kind of see how it goes together. So yeah, this is definitely one of my more informal ideas. I don't really know where this is going to go. So if you do end up liking this, please let me know. Hit that like button, leave a comment. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of video style I want for my channel. So if you like this kind of thing, definitely let me know. So let's get started. And I don't even have images ready to go. We're going to look through that together because I wanted to give some tips for that too. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and minimize. Let's see. Oh, I didn't mean to minimize that. Minimize PowerPoint, and let's find our photos. So I'm going to first go into Unsplash. Now, if you haven't watched my video about how to build a visual database, I highly recommend it because in a way that's kind of what we're about to do. We're going to build like a little mini visual database just for this video, because you should never be like working on a slide and then go, oh, I need an image for that. Look for an image and then go back to your slides. You should sort of have all of your images before you really work on your slides. Watch the video to see what I'm talking about. So that's what we're doing today. And I don't really have anything in mind. I'm just looking for different photos that are going to be sort of different levels of difficulty for these different apps. Because like I said in my last video, a big trick to making the most out of these features is usually just finding the right photo. So I'm just going to hang out here in the homepage just to see if we can get different levels of that and really test out these features across these three apps. So I'm just going to super quickly scroll. This one is catching my attention because I am seeing sort of like a blurry background that's pretty solid color. So this one might actually be pretty easy. We'll see. Maybe like medium difficulty. So I'm just going to download it and just put it on my desktop, which we'll get it. We'll get it after cleaning it. Okay, so just keep scrolling here, and that is a weird photo. I don't know what's going on here, but this would be kind of weird without a background. I'm just gonna keep going, and yeah, I'm just kind of looking for things that catch my attention. Okay, this should be pretty straightforward on a background removal. I mean, the contrast, we have like a pretty clear line here. Solid color for this background. Okay, let's see. And just glance. And this is kind of how I end up building my visual database. This is how fast I scroll. And I'm just looking for anything that might catch my attention. And again, if you're like, what are you talking about? Watch that video. Okay, so this one could be tricky because it's like white with a gray background, but it would be really cool to be able to pull that foreground out. So I'm gonna let's go ahead and try it. Let's just download it. And again, just like my visual database, I'm gonna download more photos than I probably would use. So we're probably not gonna use all of these for this video, but I just wanna have different options. Okay. We've got a blurry background here, but there's a lot of details, and we have hair, which tends to be the most difficult. So I don't know. Let's just see how that one will go, maybe. And keep scrolling here. I'm trying to find let's see, maybe objects or something like that. Yeah, something like this would definitely, I don't see that working because the person is blurry. So that probably wouldn't work. And another thing you want to look for is like, will this actually look good with the background removed? For example, here we might be able, I mean, it would be a challenge. We might be able to remove this background, but then we'd have like half of a person. And this is an obvious example, but sometimes I've definitely like got excited about a photo and the background removal did actually work, but then it was like missing a body part or something like that. So you just want to pay attention to that as you are scrolling and looking. So, okay, this one, yeah, the flowers I think would be too much of a challenge. I don't want to be that cruel. But this could be cool. I bet we could pull out this bottle. Oh, it says unlock and not download. Oh, Unsplash Plus. I guess this is like a new thing with Unsplash. I'll have to look into that. Interesting. Okay, I'll scroll just a little bit longer before maybe, oh, this bottle here. Okay, this could be really difficult over here because the contrast isn't super high, and we do have some detail in here, but some of it is also like a solid background. So again, we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to search for something that just based on experience, I know will probably be on the easy side. I'm going to search avocado because yeah, okay, food pictures are pretty easy because a lot of them will have this almost like portrait style where there's just the food, which often has a very solid line with just some type of solid background or just like a light gradient. So this should be on the easy side with all of the apps. This should work pretty well. So we have avocado. Now I want an avocado. And then I'm just going to glance at Pexels real quick. And as you can see, I'm actually clicking these like little icons on my, what is this called? Taskbar, I guess. That's a way that you can make things go faster and shortcut how you find visuals and stock photos. I think I just did that I used Chrome. I click the 3 dots here and go to more tools. And then I can create a shortcut that goes on my taskbar. And I do that for a lot of things. So that's just a tip, something I didn't know even like, I think I only heard about this like 2 years ago. So I feel like there's people who still probably don't know, but that could be a way to save some time. Okay, so I'm just looking for, okay, so this should be super easy. We have like basically a rectangle, very solid lines, great contrast. So I'm going to download that one. And again, we might not actually do all of these, but I just like having options. Okay, we got lemons here. This might look weird by itself after we remove the background, but I still think I have high hopes that it will work really well. Okay, and let's just a little bit longer. Okay, let's try. We've got some, I like this one. We have a very clear background over here, but then here we have a lot of detail. So we can almost like try 2 different things at once. All right, I feel like we have a great stack of photos to try. So let's get into our different apps and actually test them out side by side. And what I've done is here's my script. Like my terrible handwriting on a Post-it of sort of the 4 things I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking at how intuitive or easy it is to use these features. I've already done this on PowerPoint. I have not done this on Google Slides or Canva ever. So let's just see if I can figure it out and how easy or hard that is. The second thing I'll look at is sort of like a PowerPoint will automatically guess at what part of the background you want removed just right when you click on the button. And so I'll kind of compare them for that first guess, that first click to see how well it does. Then, of course, sort of looking at the final result after making adjustments, if they even let you make adjustments. I don't know if all of them do. And then probably the most important is, can you like undo? What happens if you make a mistake and like chop someone's head off on accident? Yeah, like can you sort of go back to the original? So Those are the main things I'm going to be looking at. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up Google Slides and Canva because I accidentally closed it out when we started this video, and let's see how each of them do. All right, so I'm logged into Google, I'm logged into Canva. So let's get started with comparing all of these. Now, I just showed you me looking through Unsplash and Pexels for stock photos, but back in that video, I did show you how to use this feature for emojis and Bitmojis because those are usually pretty straightforward. So I have some of my Bitmojis ready to go. We're going to start with those because, again, they're sort of the most simple. So I have a bunch here saved. I love Bitmojis. I think they're so fun. But sometimes I don't really like the words or the numbers or the graphics that they have as part of it. So that's why I like being able to remove the background. Or again, sometimes it's just good to remove that white background. So let's do this one. I really like this one, but I don't like the word confident. So we'll just do, we're in PowerPoint right now. So we'll go ahead and click remove background, and it looks like it got rid of the word confident, so that's great. But over here, I can see the pants and some of the hand is purple, which means PowerPoint is going to remove it. So I'm going to mark areas to keep and just kind of draw and draw over all of it at once. It's got most of it, but I still need to do another stroke down here and then down there. And then now it did, now this little white spot here, PowerPoint is no longer like marked it to remove. So now I have to click mark area to remove, try to get rid of that little white spot, and we're good. So it did take a few more like draws than in my last video. So I'm glad I was able to sort of show you that. So let's click out and there we go. That looks pretty good. So there's PowerPoint. So I would say, you know, it's definitely, I find it very easy to use. We did have to make a few adjustments, so that first guess wasn't necessarily correct, but I'm pretty happy with the final result. And I already know that I can undo anything in PowerPoint. So PowerPoint's going to pretty much win that whole category because I could always just go here to reset picture and it's back to how it was. So, excuse me. Okay, let's try Google. Now, I have no idea where this feature is, so you might watch me Google it unless I can just find it, but let's get a, just a blank slide, please. Okay, so confident, let's drag that in there. Okay, so let's see. Adjustments. Nope, I'm not seeing it here. Okay. Let's try a format. All right, I am not seeing it very quickly, but that's fine. This is how I learn how to do things. How to remove back. You can see I've already searched for Canva. I already forgot how to do it in Canva, but in Google Slides. So file open. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of clicks. Okay. This is. All right. Format options, adjustments. Oh, transparent. So I was close. Okay. So it looks like you go to format options, transparency, and it's just a bar. No, that's not right. Okay. I am going to pause the recording so I can actually figure out the steps to do this and show you what I've figured out. Okay. Okay. So plot twist. After actually pausing and looking this up, which I should have done before, Google Slides can't do this. So that's hilarious. And yeah, it tells you how much I use Google Slides, doesn't it? Well, I guess then you have to just copy and paste from PowerPoint or something. So, okay, so Google Slides is off the list. We're not going to be comparing it. Let's just move into Canva. So yeah, that definitely is something to consider. And if you are a Google Slides user and you wanted this feature, I apologize for getting your hopes up. Maybe I should add a disclaimer in the beginning so you don't get too mad at me. But yeah, it does not look like Google Slides has this feature. All right, so let's see if we can get this background removed in Canva. All right, where was my Bitmoji? All right, so I'll drag it into Canva and, oh, come on. Okay, so you have to pay for this feature. Of course you do. In case you haven't watched my channel before, I'm not a big fan of Canva. I recommend against using it for presentations, and this really just, this is just another example of why. I mean, you know, PowerPoint has this feature at no extra cost, and it's just in the software. So I haven't tried Canva Pro before. So you know what? For this video, I want to keep going. I want to be able to compare at least something with PowerPoint. So let's see if Canva Pro is worth it for this background remover feature. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a free account so I can show you how it works in case you are on the free plan and you've wondered whether it's good enough too. So, okay, so I'm going to go and do that and then I'll be back. All right, so I signed up for the free trial of Canva Pro. It does require a credit card, but they do say they will remind you before it actually charges, which I appreciate. And now it's asking me to tell them what I want to use it for. Okay. I don't know. Personal project. Sure. Okay. Got it. Okay. Let's get rid of this background. I mean, this is unscripted, like I said, and I was like, I don't want any experience. I want to really use these for the first time to show you what it's like. So, okay. So all right, so I do like that it has prompts to let you know where things are. That's especially helpful for me right now as I'm trying to like record myself doing this for the first time. So it looks like you just click edit image. So I will do that. And then, oh, there it is. Simply click background remover and watch the magic happen. I love watching magic happen. I'm so excited. Background remover. All right, so it's taken a while actually, which is fine if it actually works, right? And okay, it got rid of the word confident. The legs are still there and the hand is still there. So in sort of first click, it does look pretty good. The trick is going to be if it kept the white space over like here in between the arm and the like body or whatever. So how do we test that? I just need to put a background behind it. So how do I insert a shape? So I can just test this. Okay, so this is pretty, I'm not seeing a lot of options here. Hopefully, all right. Oh my goodness. Where is everything? Maybe it's because I'm still like in the editing image thing. Okay. This is, where is like, how do I insert a shape? How do I insert? And I went home. Okay. And now I've lost what I've done. There we go. Okay. Let's find out where, add page, duplicate page. Okay. Elements, lines and shapes. Found it. Okay. Ooh, this lovely default brown color. Oh my gosh, so pretty. All right, send to back. So, we can see right here that it is this brown color. So I would say Canva completely wins compared to PowerPoint in terms of like first click, first guess. This is extremely impressive. Nice job, Canva. That's definitely, I will admit when there are good features here. So how do I revert to the original? Because just in case it didn't work and I clicked out and I don't like it, like how do I, so I clicked background, I'm back in edit image, clicked background remover, and there is a restore button. So, I'm not sure what this is doing. Show original image. I clicked that. I'm not seeing it. So, erase. Okay, so this must be like mark areas to remove, mark areas to keep. So that it does have the same options as PowerPoint. But when I click on show original image, it is not there. So that is confusing, but I wonder if it's because I already clicked out of it and maybe you have to do it while you're in there. So, okay, so I've Googled it, as fast as I could. I'm clicking all the options that I see, and as far as I can tell, it does look like once you click out of it and accept the changes, like that's how it's going to be, and you can't revert to the original. There are undo buttons, but again, I've already clicked out. Restore original. I found it. Okay, I don't even know how that happened, but I guess it was like up here as an option. Phew. Okay. All right. So in our first attempt here, and now that I've got it, we can go faster. In our first attempt, Canva is winning. The first guess was better than PowerPoint. And it does look like you've got some really good options here. I didn't need to test it out for this one, but I anticipate that these are going to come in handy where you can control the brush size of what you want to remove or keep. That is way more advanced than what PowerPoint gives you. So my first complaint that you have to pay for this, well, it does look like you at least get better options for adjustment. So I'm definitely interested and excited about this because this could be a game changer and really help fine tune some of those adjustments and really have just a really nice final product. So yeah, I do. And now when I'm clicking show original image, it is actually showing everything. So it was a little confusing. It wasn't happening at first. I don't know if I was just clicked into the wrong thing, but anyway, let's move on and try some different images and see how it goes. All right. So let's try one of the easy ones. I'm going to add just another blank slide. So there was that avocado image. So just drag that into PowerPoint real quick. It's already on the picture format tab. So it's just one click, remove background. And it looks like PowerPoint mostly got this on the first guess, although I'm seeing a little, maybe too much removal over here. So I'm going to click out just to see how it did. And it does look a little rough. So again, if we insert a shape over here and move it to the background, that helps us sort of see it a little better. So I actually think it looks fine just right away. But let's compare Canva because I'm like impressed with this. All right, so we've added Canva in there and edit image is blacked out for me. Why? Because it's uploading? It is. Oh, okay, that's a little annoying. Edit image, background remover. And then let's see how it does and how it compares. So yeah, I mean, when you have an application on a browser instead of like actually installed on your device, this is sort of the downside. Things can take longer because you have to wait for things to process and upload. And yeah, so that took forever, but if the result is way better, then, I mean, sometimes it's worth it. So, take a sip of water or something, and it will all work out. Okay. So just looking at it, like Canva, I think knocked it out of the park. Can I copy from Canva into PowerPoint? No, I can't. That's too bad. Okay. Can I copy from PowerPoint into Canva? Because I want to like look at them like in the same app side by side. Wow. Okay. So I was able to copy it from PowerPoint and just look at this left edge here. PowerPoint is like jagged. Like that is one rough looking avocado. Like it had a bad day. Whereas in Canva, my goodness, those are like smooth lines. I am loving it. Okay. High five, Canva. We don't have to do anything to Canva. So yeah, it took longer to upload and to process. But in PowerPoint, if we actually wanted to try to get this to look nice, we'd have to go back into remove background. And now I have to try to mark areas to keep. So I'm going to try to get rid of some of that jaggedness and try to get my hand to be steady. I don't have the steadiest hand, but I'm just doing this with my mouse and I'm just drawing to the left edge here. because that's kind of the area that I noticed was pretty bad. And yeah, I mean, I can kind of click out and it is better, but look, it's not a nice smooth line. Canva, what are you doing? This is actually amazing. So I'm like almost discouraged from even trying because it's just so good in Canva. So there we go. So I would say I did make an adjustment. I'm going to try to do one more because it's still a little jagged over here. Let's try to really get the most out of PowerPoint. So mark areas to keep. It's still jagged right here. Let's try to get that in there. And I don't know if you saw this, but by marking this area to keep, this area got marked as something to remove, which is so weird that PowerPoint does that. Sometimes it actually works out and helps you speed things up. Sometimes it doesn't. It's definitely a toss-up. All right, so I feel like with a couple draws, this is probably the best that we can get PowerPoint. So I'm going to delete that first draft. And now, so with adjustments, I feel like it's pretty similar. Though I will say, I don't know can you see it? Like, leave comments. Tell me what you think as I'm going through this. I feel like Canva does do something to smooth the lines. I'm trying to get this, like, I don't know if that helps, but I don't know. Is it just me? No, I feel like, yeah, like PowerPoint still comes out a little jagged. Canva has some smoother lines. I mean, the downside for me is I won't be able to, I do wish I could copy this from Canva and paste it into PowerPoint. So there's that. Okay, so we've done the easy one, and Canva is like winning in terms of that, no doubt. So let's just do a few more because I feel like it'll probably be the same and you don't need to see me do this a million times. So let's try like people because that is always the challenge. I remember this one. I liked this one because I thought it offered sort of like an interesting challenge because we do have some hair, which tends to be really difficult. There are like fine details, but the background is at least like pretty solid and blurred. So we have a chance. So come on PowerPoint, let's see how you do. So just click remove background. So yeah, it is fast, but it's removed almost everything. Can you see that? Like the hair, the hand. So let's just click out of it. This is this is a PowerPoint recommended. Oh my goodness. This is PowerPoint, no adjustments. So that is terrifying. And you would not want this in your presentation. So let's go back to remove background and let's make some of our adjustments. We're mostly going to mark areas to keep, but I betcha that as I mark areas to keep, it's going to, go back and forth. But let's see, mark areas to keep. And I'm just I tend to draw the outline of what I want PowerPoint to keep. So I'm trying to, I don't know why there's like gaps in what I'm drawing. I'm holding down the mouse. I don't know if my mouse is just acting up. It is wireless. Which is so annoying sometimes. Yeah, like that's really weird. It normally doesn't do that. It normally, like if I'm holding down the mouse, normally it's a solid line. Okay, so I drew it and yeah, it didn't really help, did it? Some of the hat is there, but most of this isn't. So I'm just gonna kind of switch strategies and now I'm gonna do a bunch of short lines. So just draw that. And I actually drew a shorter line and it actually caught more of it. Now it's keeping more of the image, so it actually worked. So, it is definitely, sometimes short lines are better, sometimes long lines are better. So that makes it fun. Ooh, okay, so I don't know if you saw that. I'm going to undo because, I don't know, maybe this has been happening and I just didn't notice, but that hand is looking jagged. But we'll just go with it. All right, come on, PowerPoint. I believe in you. You can do this. I don't remember, is that a shirt or should that? Yeah, so that is a shirt. We do want that. Got to keep that lip in there and keep the orange. Yeah, and it does like this weird, it like makes this hand even worse. So what is going on? So let's try to fix the hand. And now the shoulder is gone. So now we have to mark the shoulder to come back. All right, this is probably the best we can do. Like I said in my last video, if it takes too many like strokes, I just give up, especially because sometimes, as you saw, like it'll delete something that you like want in there and you have to go back and forth. But this little part of the hat is gone and I want it there. So I'm going to make 2 more. All right, we are officially done. Let's look at the final product. Okay, so not too bad. It is, the lines are not super smooth, but this actually turned out better than I thought it would, especially because we have some hair. So, but let's see if Canva is way faster and easier. So drag and drop that into Canva and upload into Canva and wait that out. So I don't know, what are you thinking so far? How are you liking this video? You know, we had some blunders, some mistakes in there, and maybe next time I do an unscripted video, I'll at least make sure that the app has the feature we're talking about. My bad for that, but I don't know. I mean, just let me know what you think. Okay. Background remover, just like hang back, do a little stretch maybe, you know, it's like a good chance to like stretch your back, look away from the screen, right, for eye health and all that. I am kind of an impatient person, and this definitely would bother me if I had to do this a lot. But again, if it comes out perfectly with smooth lines, then it's definitely worth it. So here we go. Wow. Oh my God. You guys, look at that. That is so good. That is unreal. That's unreal. I'm like not believing this. I mean, look at this. You can just see like the hand, it's like fuzzy and blurry or like fuzzy and choppy in PowerPoint. And the hat, you can really see, especially if you like blow it up, you know? Let's like look at this bigger. I mean, there's no contest. The lines are just beautiful and smooth with Canva. Look at the hands. I didn't even notice this. Look at the fingers. Like something happened here where part of the finger got like removed, and so it looks like some weird jagged, like what is happening there with the hand? Some of the orange is gone. Okay. So now this is just like getting funny. So there we go. All right. Nice job, Canva. All right, let's do like a difficult one just because, just so we can laugh together. Maybe it'll look ridiculous and funny. And let's see, what was one of the more difficult ones? So we do have another, let's see, this one, we've got lots of hair, like, so that would definitely be a challenge, but it does have a blurry background. So actually, let's try this one. Because I think it is cool that it has like two options to go with. So let's just see how PowerPoint does. So remove background. All right, so this is the one that it chose. So we'll go with that one. All right, let's get in there and mark areas to keep. I usually start with that. There is a lot of the background that we need to get rid of. So we'll see how that goes. So let's keep the feet, please. Now I'm just gonna try to like, maybe if I scribble it in all the way, like color it in almost, maybe that will help. Okay, well, it kept the feet, but now the background is in there. So let's hop into mark areas to remove. And yeah, maybe I'll just like scribble. I don't know if my camera's shaking. That might be weird. All right. It did get rid of some of that grass and some of the trees, but some of the shoes are now gone. So scribble, scribble, scribble. And you could, right? Like you're seeing this, right? Like how it goes back and forth, and parts that were removed are no longer removed and vice versa. So it's just like lots and lots of adjustments. And if Canva does a good job with this one, then I mean, it's really just, I will declare this no contest. So we'll see. The hair again is always difficult. So we have some of this background here. I mean, getting in there and actually trying to remove little pieces, I can just tell you it will not work. So let's try to keep some of the shoe again. Let's see. Oh, nope. Now we have to remove the grass. This is hilarious. All right. I'm going to click out. This is this is pretty much what you get in PowerPoint. So let's just quickly get this into Canva. Now Canva might struggle because there's 2 people. So I might need to crop it to sort of let Canva know, just focus on one, but we're just seeing what happens with the first click. So go ahead and let this process. So what I'm thinking so far is, look, I use PowerPoint for presentations. No way. No way. Okay. I'll look at the, so it did both, not just one, but, and it did get some of the grass. Okay. So, I'm not super surprised. I mean, the grass is literally covering the shoe. So if you remove the grass, you do remove the shoe, but, look at what happened down here by the hair. It actually did remove some of that green. Not all of it. But I mean, the hair again from PowerPoint, I feel like the theme is jagged. Like it's just, it's so rough over here in the PowerPoint versus what Canva was able to do. I mean, I'm pretty impressed with how this hair looks. And you can even see like some things I'm looking at is you can sort of see the ends of the hair like down here, with the Canva, but with PowerPoint, instead of like seeing all the different ends, it just like chopped the hair. So it's kind of like, it looks kind of funny because of that. Whereas you actually see the ends here, plus there's less of that green background. So, these apps, they can't do magic necessarily, like I was saying with the grass, right? It can't remove all of this grass because it's covering the shoe. And then, I mean, it also did both foregrounds here. So it's struggling with the shoes, Canva is, whereas PowerPoint struggled with everything. So, but let's get in here. We haven't even needed to test Canva's adjustments because it's actually done such a good job with the first go at it. So let's go to edit image, click background remover and get back in there. So maybe because I clicked out, it has to like reprocess it, I guess. So I was also about to make a point and I totally got distracted and forgot, which is pretty much on brand for me. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can fix some of the shoe stuff. All right. Because there is a little grass I'm seeing that we can get rid of. Okay. So we want to erase a little more. Oh, okay. So it doesn't matter if you zoom in first. When you click that button, it goes back to this. I don't love that because, I don't know, I need to see things like big. Oh, I guess I just do this, don't I? Okay. All right, so there we go. And we can adjust the brush size, which is just very nice. All right, we don't need it to be big. Let's go down to something small and let's just, wow, this is like, I mean, I've removed backgrounds using pretty much everything. Photoshop, Affinity Designer, or Affinity Photo, and GIMP, or GIMP. I think it's GIMP. And this is pretty on par with how that goes. It's very smooth. This is very easy to use, and you just need kind of a steady hand. I mean, that's the problem, is I don't really have a steady hand. So the more you have to go in and manually adjust, the more I know it's not going to work out well. So it looks fine, I guess, but we'll leave it at that. And then over here, I can see that some of the shoe has been removed. So let's try out the restore option and let's get some of that shoe back. This is not working. Or am I just like not seeing it? Okay, I feel like this happened last time. The restore button does not work for me. I don't know if I am doing something wrong. Let's see, click show original image. It's not here. So again, sort of some weirdness. If you click out, I feel like I'm gonna hit cancel. Maybe I need to go back, restore original, and do it before I click out. Like maybe that's causing some problems. So background remover. Okay, I'm like super zoomed in. What is happening? All right, so I'm going to click restore while I am still here. All right, so I undid everything, and then I haven't clicked out. I haven't accepted the changes, so maybe this restore button will actually work now, and it does. So there we go. So if you haven't used Canva's background removal feature before, learn from my mistake here. You have to edit it before you accept any of the changes. Otherwise, you have to like literally reset the image and redo the whole process. That's a little annoying compared to PowerPoint. PowerPoint is not that final when you click out. You can go back in and edit it and all that stuff. So that's one potential downside, but it just means you need to make sure you really like it before you close out of it. So let's go ahead and restore. I want to get the shoe. Because yeah, it looks a little weird. I don't know what's going on. I don't remember what well, I guess the background is just white there. So I think it's because they're standing on a blanket. I think that's what it was, right? They're like on some type of canvas, reset picture. Okay, so that's why there's literally a blanket covering the shoe. So we actually can't bring the shoe back. Okay, so this is an issue with the actual photo. And, again, like it's not magic. So, you could deal with that in a lot of ways. Like let's say you just it's just the feet that's kind of weird. Then you can always just have like just this part of the image showing on the actual slide. And you can just kind of like hide the feet. Don't even show the feet. So this isn't like a deal breaker either way. Okay, so my sort of final thoughts on this are that Canva wins. I will admit it. And it is easy to use. And the only thing to watch out for is what I was just going on about how you have to basically get it the way you want before you close out that first time. So there's not a lot of flexibility there to go back and make adjustments later on. But in terms of the first guess and the final result, Canva is way, way better and compared to PowerPoint. So even for things like the Bitmojis, basically across the board, and even some of those more challenging photos, I think Canva is really good. Okay. Honestly, I think this is actually the best background removal feature I've seen, like automatic background removal feature. When I was looking up how to remove backgrounds in Google Slides, if you Google how to remove image backgrounds in Google Slides, there's a lot of articles that make it seem like you can, which is why I thought I would be able to, because I was like, I won't read them yet. I'm going to do it during the video. But a lot of them are like, remove the background using remove.bg. And I have actually used this before, and I'm going to see if I can maybe pause the video and find the final result, because I was not impressed with this. And it's another paid, you have to pay to use it. And it basically was similar to PowerPoint's. It was like a little better, but honestly, not much, like not enough to where I could just use the image. I had to like add a background to it to kind of hide the jagged problems with the lines. But maybe it was that image, because it was kind of a complicated image. So if you are interested, I'm going to do one more test, and maybe if I can find that image, we can compare to how PowerPoint does it, how remove.bg did it, and how Canva does it. So let's see if I can dig that out. Okay, I found it. So this is the original photo, and I wanted to put together a thumbnail for a video we released earlier. And so I went to remove.bg to remove the background from this. I knew it was a complicated background, so I didn't necessarily have high hopes, but let's take a look at what they did. Now, at first glance, you might be like, oh, that's actually really good. Yes, we thought so too when we first saw it. But let's zoom in a little bit at what happened. over here by my hair. Because again, hair is always a challenge. Like, what is this? Like, my hair did not look like this in the original photo. Can you see that? I don't know. Oh, we're kind of like zooming in on my face. I'm a little uncomfortable, but that's okay. All right. Like, it looks like they almost drew, like scribbled hair in there, and it's like super, super jagged. There's like holes inside my hair. And then that happened over here, right? Like it almost, I don't know if they did. I don't know how they do this, but it's really rough. And it looked really bad once you actually see that, it's like you can't unsee it. So we did use it. But here's like a trick for you, that I didn't mention in my last video. When you have that where like, it's not quite perfect, but you still want to use it. What I did was I kept the original photo there in the background. And then I just went into picture format. I went into, I think, artistic effects. And I went somewhere, and I'll make a video about this specifically to give you this tip. But yeah, I went to blur, and I blurred the background, and then I just sort of put this version on top. So it hid it. I mean, now that you see it, you might see this thumbnail and see what's going on the side here. Yeah, so that's why I wasn't impressed, and why I was like, well, I'm not going to be buying any more credits. They give you one free credit, and that's what I did. I tested it out and said, nope, never again. And I do think it was technically better than PowerPoint's, which is why we still used it. So let's go ahead and I'll show you now that since we're doing this. So remove background, and let's see how PowerPoint did. So again, that first guess is really bad on this one. I'm a floating head with like my Zelda picture and some plants in the back. It is so weird. But again, one thing that is nice about PowerPoint that would be great for Canva to do is I can, like, I've already clicked out. So technically I've accepted the changes, but if I just go back and click remove background again, I still see everything, and I can come in here and adjust. So if anyone from Canva is watching, I feel like that would be the one thing that would really just take this feature of yours to like the perfect level. But let's get in here and see if we can make this a little better. So I'm going to do sort of short little marks, because sometimes that does seem to be a little better, and there's like a weird delay happening. I don't know what's going on. Things are slow. Okay. So not too bad, not too bad. So maybe short little bursts are better. Oh, and now something that was correct is now incorrect. So, there you go. Let's see. Okay. So trying to get my headphones in there. Got my old broken Audio-Technica headphones that I will never, ever let go. I love these things. They're so comfortable. And once you have comfortable headphones, just don't let them go. Yeah, it's like keeping all sorts of weird stuff part of the floor here. Now the plant is back. No, plant, stay away. Now the desk isn't gone. It really wants this Zelda picture. I mean, I love it too, but it would be weird. Yes, it's from Breath of the Wild, one of my favorite games ever. Very excited about the sequel that's coming next year. Okay, so yeah, I mean, PowerPoint is having trouble with those parts of my hair too. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going to just close out. So technically remove background maybe did a better job. It did a better job, but it still messed up the hair so much that I couldn't use it. But it's a hard picture, right? It's a very difficult picture. I mean, I had very, very low expectations. So, but let's see. Canva has really impressed us so far. Let's see how Canva does. Okay, so the image uploaded fast. Oh no, there it is. All right, now let's edit that image. Background remover. And then let's just see. Fingers crossed. I mean, if Canva can do this, they're just gonna win. Win. And so once we do this final test, I'll have some thoughts to wrap this up, including, is this enough to convince me to stop using PowerPoint for presentations? Am I going to switch to Canva? All that stuff. So we will see. So stay tuned for sort of my final thoughts. on what this means. Okay, so Canva is struggling. So it's like still processing. I should have had my glass of water. Okay. All right. Let's see. I mean, at first glance, it looks how remove.bg looked. So let's actually zoom in though and see those trouble spots, the hair. Okay. I mean, that's pretty good. I cannot believe this. I'm so impressed. Like, I'm so impressed. And seriously, I have a video where I compare like Prezi, Google Slides, Keynote, and PowerPoint and Canva, I think. I compare all of them for presentations. Like, Canva did not come out well, and I get lots of comments on YouTube from people who are mad at me for hating on Canva so much. So it actually takes like a lot for me to say this, like a lot. So I mean, I do still think it looks a little weird, but I almost feel like it's good enough to leave. I mean, the lines are smooth, and let's try to see if we could maybe erase some of it just to not have it there. All right, let's go ahead and do this. It's still a little big. Let's get that like small. I don't know. I might make it worse. But I just really don't have a steady hand. I think that's like a big problem. Yeah, I'm making it worse, don't you think? Maybe I should have just left it. What would be cool is almost like whatever Canva is doing to smooth out lines, it would be cool if that got automatically applied when you manually go in here. I don't even know if that's possible. But that would sort of like Affinity, when you draw things, that has a stabilizer. That's how some of my like comics and things like that that I have in my blog, that's how those end up looking nice and smooth even when I use my mouse, because there's like a feature called stabilizer, I think, and it kind of smooths that out for you as you draw. So that, I think, because now it, like, especially compared to how well Canva smoothed out those lines, I do feel like this stands out a bit. I actually think it looks better without these adjustments. But this is definitely like, it depends on your skills. You know, maybe if I had like better breathing technique, better arm technique, or if you have like a drawing tablet and you can draw, that might be better than with a mouse. I definitely have better results when I can use something like that, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's kind of, that is on par with how it would go when I use like GIMP or something, is like, I would use sort of like my hand and it looked like this. So let's zoom out, because again, people aren't also going to be like zooming in. So I don't know, when we're zoomed out, yeah, there's a little bit of jaggedness here, but again, I'm doing this while I'm recording a video, and maybe if I could really concentrate, it might come out better. So there we go. So let's maybe do some wrap up of which one wins and what I think about that. So, well, Google Slides is out of the picture because Google Slides doesn't have it, and it tells you to use remove.bg. No, do not use that in my recommendation, because it does weird, like it added weird drawings to the side of my head, which is weird. So, okay. So what do I think? I mean, clearly I'm impressed, and is it enough to make me switch from PowerPoint to Canva to create presentations? No, definitely not. And there's a lot of other videos on my channel about why PowerPoint is such a great tool to use for creating presentations really quickly, really efficiently, and it just has more robust features that I kind of cover in a lot of other videos. So I'm not going to go through a full rundown. But I would say just check out other videos I have on my channel just for other features that PowerPoint really brings to the table, including accessibility features that, PowerPoint really does a good job with accessibility features. But there's also just a lot of other reasons that, again, I will have scattered throughout multiple videos. So I am super impressed. And honestly, I might actually keep the Canva Pro just for this feature alone, because this could really come in handy. But what I would do is I would share or export this. It looks like you can download it as a PNG. Transparent background. Can I not download or okay? So I would probably use this to remove the background and then add that to PowerPoint. So it is an extra step, and if PowerPoint, but it's not a long extra step. Where is it? My downloads folder. Come on. So I would probably just do that then. And yeah, so that's probably how I will use it. And again, if you're curious why I still don't recommend Canva for presentations, I already have some videos, but I'll also be doing more videos like this, and go through it a little bit more comprehensively about all the reasons why PowerPoint still wins, in my opinion, especially for presentations that like academics and researchers and evaluators need to do. I do have a video coming out about how to use PowerPoint to do things like create social media graphics, infographics, and well-designed reports, like research reports and evaluation reports. And that's one of the big reasons why I still recommend PowerPoint. And so stay tuned for even more. But at the end of the day, anything you use can help you create more engaging presentations. Like the app doesn't really matter. That's what this video is about with this thumbnail, which you can see different versions of. But basically, that's the point of this video, is that use what you like, use what you enjoy, use what's fast, use what's accessible, and it doesn't really matter because you can make beautiful, engaging presentations using just about anything. And if you are interested in learning more and improving your presentation skills, then check out the free training that we have available. I have a whole professional development course as well, and all the links to that are below. But yeah, if you're still here watching, thank you so much, and let me know if you liked this type of video, if you like this type of style. Like I said, I'm just trying to figure out like how I want some of my like what my style for this channel is going to be. And if people like this, I can definitely do more feature comparisons and like unscripted, informal videos like that. But either way, thanks again. Hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and check out that free training. Links in the description are below, and I'll see you in a future video. Bye.